Hi, superstars. It is time for math. We are on lesson 5-4, critique reasoning. Let's look at these blocks here, or these cubes. Carlos says that the number of blue cubes is equal to the number of cubes that are not blue. Does his answer make sense? So we are going to use either numbers or pictures or words to explain our answer. So one way we can explain our answer is by making a chart with two different categories. We'll put blue cubes, and we will have over here cubes that are not blue. So what we can do is we can count the blue cubes first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 blue cubes. I can also show 10 using tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is 10 tally marks showing us how many blue cubes there are. Now let's count the cubes that are not blue. I can use a different color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 cubes that are not blue. And again, we can show this in tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So was Carlos correct? He said that the number of blue cubes is equal to the number of cubes that are not blue. Does his answer make sense? No, it doesn't make sense because we know that 10 is greater than 9. And we showed this using numbers, and we also showed that it is greater using tally marks. So he was wrong. 10 is greater than 9. The number of blue cubes is greater than the number of cubes that are not blue. Let's go to the next page. Let's look at our first box here. What do you see? There are cars and trucks. Tucker and Olivia counted 6 cars and 5 vehicles that are not cars. How can you check whether their answers make sense? We can classify the vehicles into cars and not cars, like Tucker and Olivia. And then I can count the number in each category. So let's count and check. So here we have Tucker, and he's counting the cars and vehicles that are not cars. Let's count the cars first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There are 6 cars. Now, how about the vehicles that are not cars? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 vehicles are not cars. Olivia did the same thing. She counted 6 vehicles that were cars and 5 that were not cars. So we checked and we recounted. Now, which number is greater? 6 is greater than 5. So there are more cars than vehicles that are not cars. Now, Olivia circled, let's erase what we did here so we can see. Olivia circled the 5 here. So she circled the 5 to show that 5 is less than 6, meaning there are less vehicles that are not cars. Let's look at our last box right here. Who is correct? Is Olivia correct by saying that 5 is less than 6, that there are less vehicles that are not cars? Or is Tucker correct? He said that 6 is greater than 5 and there are more cars than vehicles that are not cars. So let's look over here. It looks like both of them are correct. So how can we use these numbers to explain why we think Tucker is correct? Well, if we look at this counting sequence, 6 is after 5. So 6 is greater than 5. So Tucker is correct. And how can we use these numbers to explain why Olivia is correct? We see that 5 is before 6 in the counting sequence. So 5 is less than 6. Olivia is also correct. Let's look down here at our guided practice. Gabby says that the category of airplanes is greater in number than the category that is not airplanes. Does her answer make sense? So we're going to draw a circle around the yes or no, and we are going to sort and count each category to explain the reasoning. So let's count the airplanes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 airplanes. How about things that are not airplanes? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 things that are not airplanes. Now, Gabby said that the category of airplanes is greater in number than the category that is not airplanes. So, is she correct? Well, if we look at what we counted, 5 is less than 6. We all counted 5 airplanes. So she is incorrect. We are going to put no. 6 is greater than 5. So there are more non-airplanes than there are airplanes. So her answer was incorrect. Let's go to the next page. All right, let's look at number 2. I want you to listen to the problem as I read it, and then we're going to draw a circle around yes or no and use the sorting and counting of each category to explain why. Damon says that he counted 8 yellow train cars and 6 train cars that are not yellow. So he put 8 yellow and 6 that are not yellow. Let's look up here and see if that is correct. So he said there was 8 yellow train cars. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We counted 6 and he counted 8. Is that correct? No, there are 6 yellow train cars. Now let's count the non-yellow train cars, and let's see if he's correct here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 non-yellow train cars. So was he correct? No. We counted and we determined that those numbers were incorrect. We checked. Let's erase this so we can go on to the next problem. Let's look at number 3. All right. Melinda says that the category of yellow train cars is less than the category of train cars that are not yellow. Does her answer make sense? So we see that there are 6 yellow and 8 non-yellow. So are there less yellow train cars than the cars that are not yellow? Yes, that is correct. We counted and this was the correct number, and we know that 6 is less than 8. All right, let's look at our last problem right here. Aaron says that the category of red train cars is greater than the category of train cars that are not red. Does his answer make sense? All right, so we counted the train cars that were not yellow, and they are 8. We just switched them around. The ones that are not red was 6. So is Aaron correct? He says the red train cars is greater. The number of red train cars is greater than the ones that are not red. Yes, that is correct. All right, superstars, you're doing a great job. Until next time, have a wonderful day.